And welcome back to another week of NFL Pick'ems. Look, last week was horrible. Last week, we can title it the week of upsets because that's literally what happened. The Bills, to give you a little recap, the Bills lost to the Jaguars 9-6. Look, if the Bills were going to lose to the Jaguars, I would have thought it would have been because the Jaguars offensively exploded and destroyed them. I didn't think it's because Josh Allen was destroying Josh Allen, but Josh Allen destroyed Josh Allen. Which Josh Allen am I talking about? I'm talking about Josh Allen. So look, as you guys can see, we need to go over this week's picks. We got to go over last week's picks. And we got to talk about what happened. All right, so to start off, the Bengals lost to the Browns. Was a little bit surprising. The Bengals, they're looking great this year. So I did expect them to win. The Cowboys lost, which, my goodness, Cowboys, look, I know the Cowboys, they're going to lose games this year. I just like picking them. The Dolphins won as expected. The Saints playing without Jameis Winston. It's going to be a rough season if they do make it anywhere. But without Jameis, it's going to be a very rough season because, look, you could argue Jameis Winston, he sucks at quarterback. Yeah, but Jameis Winston, he'll throw hella touchdowns and also interceptions. But a lot of the times, he's making good plays. It's just he does have his interceptions every now and then. The Raiders, they lost. I didn't really like any of these two teams, so I don't really know who to pick. I just went with the Raiders. Patriots defense looking great. Their offense is starting to get better. Their quarterback is starting to figure it out. Bills, they lost, as I just said. 1% chance that the people picked them. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson had an insane comeback. Man, that was a great game to watch. The Chargers, they beat the Eagles, as expected. The Packers versus the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to get better. And I've been saying this. The Chiefs, they're losing now, but they're going to figure it out towards the end of the season, and that's when you need to be scared. The Cardinals won, as expected. And finally, the Rams lost to the Titans, which was extremely surprising because the Titans, they don't even have Derrick Henry, their best offensive weapon, and the Rams have one of the best defenses in the NFL. So it was a huge mess. But if you watch that game, you will see that it's because the Rams quarterback was throwing a lot of picks. It was pretty ugly. And then the Steelers beat the Bears, which I predicted, and come on, I knew that was going to happen. Thankfully, I finally picked the Steelers correctly. I never do. With that being said, let's get into this week's NFL picks. And if you guys were wondering, why do you have a random lamp in the back that's purple? It's because Orlando City Soccer made the playoffs, so in order to honor that, they give away free purple light bulbs, and you just put them in your room, and basically the slogan is Light the City Purple. And I love the slogan, and I love the idea, so I'm lighting my video purple, I guess you could say. So now let's get into this week's pick, Week 10 of the NFL season. Starting off, we got the Ravens. The Ravens are going to destroy the Dolphins tonight. There's no question about it. Lamar Jackson, he's going to run for 100 yards. Yo, imagine that actually happens. That'd be pretty cool. All right, Cowboys, they're going to beat the Falcons. Falcons are a little bit shaky because Matt Ryan, he has his games and he dominates, but they're looking a little bit shaky. Saints, I'm going with the Titans. The Titans beat the Rams, which is extremely impressive. And the Saints, they lost Jameis Winston, which really sucks to see. I love Jameis. Jaguars versus Colts. I'm going to go with the Jaguars upsetting the Colts. Hey, the Jaguars won one game. I think they've won 2 games in their last 4. So it's pretty impressive considering it's the Jaguars. And hey, maybe they're starting to figure it out. I don't think they are, but Josh Allen, he really played how he needed to play. And that Jaguars defense was great. So I'm going to pick the Jaguars. Browns versus Patriots. I'm going to go with the Patriots. And man, it's just because I'm so high on the Patriots in comparison to other teams. And I'm pretty mad at the Browns right now for the whole Odell Beckham situation. So screw you guys, Browns. I'm going to go with the Bills. That's the easiest pick of the week. Bills, they got dominated last week. I mean, you could pretty much say that. It was a close game, but they were dominated by the Jaguars. So that shouldn't be happening. So now expect the Jets to get the worst of what's coming because the Bills are mad. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Lions. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Look, I got the Steelers luck last week, so I'm going to choose them again this week in hopes that they can help me out again because we know how the Steelers can be. And man, I just hope that the Steelers play good. All right, Buccaneers. We're obviously going to go with Buccaneers. The only way Washington wins is if Taylor Heineke has the game of his life again. And even if he does, he's going to lose again like he did last time. So we're going to go with the Buccaneers. That might be a stupid pick. That might be a great pick. Carolina Panthers versus Cardinals. That's easy. We got to go with the Cardinals. Cardinals have looked unstoppable this year. Hey, they might be a Super Bowl favorite. Or are they? It just depends because J.J. Watt, he is injured. Huge addition to that team. It just sucks that he's injured. He was doing so great this season. We're going to go with the Chargers over the Vikings. The Vikings, it's just purgatory. That's all I'm going to say. They're too good and too bad. Man, I've never seen that team be good. Eagles versus Broncos. We obviously got to go with the Broncos. Eagles, again, I've said it multiple times. I don't like the Eagles, and you know why. So next up, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going with the Packers. The Seahawks have looked horrible since Russell Wilson has been injured. Now, I will say this. The Seahawks, they've lost a lot of close games without Russell Wilson. And the reason being is just because in the final possessions, they can't execute to get a game-winning drive. And it really damages their team. So I'm going to go with the Packers. Seahawks, they have a lot to work on. Man, I feel really bad for that team. Chiefs, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. And I'm going to tell you why right now. I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs, they're going to make us... Bro, I'm telling you, prepare yourself. You do not want your team playing against the Chiefs in the last 4 weeks of the season or the last 5 weeks of the season. Why? Because the Chiefs are about to dominate the NFL. And I'm telling you, great teams find ways. Great teams find ways. And Patrick Mahomes, he's had a down year, but he's going to bounce back. I promise you Patrick Mahomes is going to bounce back. There's no way this team doesn't make the playoffs. There's no way this team doesn't go on a run and winning a lot of games. Last year we saw it with Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, they were struggling, and then they got to a specific point of the season where they just dominated the NFL. And I'm very scared, and I have to admit it, the Chiefs, they're going to start doing that. Thankfully, my team isn't in the same conference, so we don't got to worry about them unless they make the Super Bowl. So that's, yeah. And lastly, for Monday Night Football, we have the Rams versus the 49ers. That is the easiest pick. Well, not easier than the Bills pick, but easier than normal because the Rams, they're going to dominate the 49ers. 49ers, they got nothing to look for in this game. It's been a very shaky year for the 49ers. I mean, look, honestly, at this point, just throw your rookie out there. Let your rookie QB play. Let him gain experience. Let him make mistakes. That's honestly all I would say. Unless the LA Rams quarterback decides to throw a lot of picks again. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure he's going to bounce back this week. So those are my picks for the NFL week. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you think some of these picks were stupid, if some of them make sense. I believe this week we won't have as many upsets because so many of the upsets happened last week. And the trend I've noticed a lot in the NFL is a lot of these big teams, when they get upset, their next game, they're going all out. And it's a very, it's very, very scary if you're the other team going against one of these powerhouse teams that just got upset. Like, for example, the Bills, they're going to stomp all over the Jets, and that's just how it's going to be. That's how great teams bounce back, and they will bounce back. And the Chiefs, I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs, they're going to start playing great. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate the love and support. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified for every single time I upload, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace out.